Okay, the live stream should be starting up soon. Please give me a moment to make sure everything is set on. Okay, YouTube thumbnails up to date. Now the Rumble description. Okay, Rumble seems up to date. Perfect. Got a stream there. Got a stream on Twitch. Let me check my other computer. Looks like everything's good to go, so let's go get started. You know, it'd be a good idea for me to actually find a replay before actually starting stream. Sorry about that. I'm still recovering a bit of a cold or seasonal allergies. Let's see. Here we go. And leaderboard. Or I should go down the list a little bit more since I got quite a bit of the list done beforehand. I can also try the ELO ladder on the Age of Empires forum. There's some different names there, so let's go to those names. Let's see if any of these have any good replays. The 2v2s. Here's some 1v1s. Let's see. 11 minutes? Nope. 13 minutes? Nope. 23 minutes? Did I already do that? Probably not. This one should be fine enough. And let's go ahead and get started. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn on the top right side as the Cyan Chinese, we have GIS. Spawn on the bottom left side as the Pink English, we have Galgtonold. Galgtonold. I have no idea how to properly pronounce that. So you're gonna have to accept my improper pronunciations. Of course, got a lot of sheep being collected over here, sheep being collected here. Cyan Scout was way down here. Ink has dropped off his sheep. Cyan has picked up some sheeple. We also got quite a bit of food on this plateau as well. Sorry, I'm going to get a cough. Sorry about that. We also got quite a bit of guys on gold up here as well. Pink horses running around. Do have a council hall being employed on out. And the Cyan is going for the Imperial Academy now, trying to eye for some more Imperial Inquisitors. Oh, that's what I was thinking. Like, you're still building that, but we got the Bardic in the Sun first, which is the good defense placement there. Could have placed a bit more in the middle of this to provide some more cover in that choke point. We got some palisade walls up here. We got some palisade walls here in order to funnel any force coming up the right side up here. Because we do not see any longbowmen at the moment. And we got a lot of people in gold right now. I think he's eyeing for some sort of fast castle with that much gold collection there. He is not eyeing another town center, is he? because you need a lot more wood if you got into another town center. We do got a bunch of scouts here. And oh, wait, he actually got that technology? What the hell? He's actually got the carcass pickup technology. That technology is really, really not worth it. But he's actually using it. There's some deer back here, so these villagers can go build a mill there to collect some deer. Now he has a lot of deer carcasses, an astronomical clock tower there, and both sides have built no military whatsoever. This has to be some sort of truce between the two. Now, all that deer being dropped off as well, so they've got a pile of carcasses there. And it's going for another round of deer here. What is this map or game? Do now got the white tower being blown out. Lancer does get some good damage there onto these villagers. And these Lancers getting some great hits there. Do now have the white tower here getting some great defensive placement. White tower does have only 8 tile range. It's not too significant. I think like a regular town center has a bit more than that, right? Okay, same as the town center. Of course, it does kind of act as a keep. Get access to various technologies. Pink's out going for a bit of a wall right there. And I've got all these deer carcasses being claimed. The biggest problem as well, those deer carcass pairing ability just takes a lot of micro. Besides not deploying out a handful of forces down here. Got some stuff being deployed by astronomical clock tower. Pink has no military at the moment whatsoever. Sorry about that. Quite a bit of goldness in the map. You have to push out to get to the gold. He still has a bit of gold deposit here. That, of course, will be cleaned up relatively shortly. It's down by half, so he does have actually still a bit of gold remaining. We got some clock tower banner rams pulled on out. Very nice. As well as some handful of horsemen. Gonna fast forward time being, because I don't think this game seems a little bit one-sided. Pink is now going for some units. Those palisade walls have been cleaned on up, and now signs advancing on forward. We got a wave of crossbowmen here. Some of these houses are starting to go on down. This does it does put the English player at pop cap. That was below pop cap. A handful of crossbowmen here, but there's a lot of horsemen in this mix as well. White Tower does have a pretty good rate of fire defense, going for more spearmen, and I think it's just going to be a very quick game. Let's get inside the town center there. Let me get some more fluid into me. These villagers are going to get killed off by these horsemen. Good damage there now. Oh, this game's pretty much over. He's now trying to save this town center. He still does not have a significant enough military on the field. Trying to go for more crossbowmen. Town center has been unset ablaze, extinguished. And now the village is getting cleaned on up. Somehow Cyan only has 47 villagers as well, while this one has 80. Interesting. Town center does go down as well. Crossbow gains good work there. Pink starting to get into his town center. Pink does have a bit of reserve of resources as well. More veteran spearmen pushing way forward. And now we've got the white tower getting some good damage there onto the battering ram. Pink does manage to stabilize. Science still has a significant, well, not really a significant force. That force did not go anywhere. He has a bit of reserve resources. He still has well behind on villagers. Got these forces moving their way up north. We do now have the decarbonization technology. Cyan does have a decent force here. Has a lot of crossbowmen there. Could use some more longbowmen because he's fighting against a lot of not armored force at the moment. No, that's all armored. Never mind. So there's a couple of horsemen here. Crossbowmen advancing forward. They will annihilate these palace guards. Palace guards are trying to sprint away now. Pink's now trying to go down to low ground. There's gold down here. There's actually good gold over here for Cyan, but no safe expansion for Pink or the gold. Cyan's now pushing forward. They got these horsemen and lancers in the region. House guards engaging the spearmen. Spearmen trying to kill these horsemen. These crossmen were a little bit exposed. A couple longbowmen in the mix as well. You knock up a castle network here, gain some ore benefits. Pink does have a superior number of military, but Cyan does have a still decent force here of high quality units. This force will clean up that area, but looks like Pink will win out this little area here. And all this gold has been claimed by Pink now. Blue has, or Cyan hasn't really collected a whole lot of gold. And now these villagers are going to take time to clean up this battering ram. More crossbowmen and spearmen advancing on forward. Good volley there in that house guard. Cyan's down 10 military units. That's more than half his army right there. And Pink just need to collect some more income. Cyan needs to start expanding out. He definitely has spotted most of this region because remember, he picked up all the deer. Literally picked up all the deer. Cyan's, of course, collecting all those resources. We do have a clock tower nest of bees here as well. And I've got all these forces being mustered on up. We do, of course, have the Bardic and the Sun here. Not upgraded with any up emplacements just yet. Pink's now going to advance on 4. The Bardic and the Sun does have a single-hand cannoneer shot. It's not going to be highly effective in defense. Just somewhat effective. Clock Tower and SB does get a not a very good volley there on the crossbowmen. So we're going to try to hunt them down there. You have these horsemen trying to respond, but they do get overran by these spearmen. And now this clock tower and SB is getting repaired on up. He will potentially save it. Cyan doesn't have a whole lot of gold left on this vein, down to the last 100. He does back off right there, has to avoid the Bardic and the Sun. And his forces gains good damage there on these villagers. We got a bit of a force here as well. More stone walls being pulled out by Pink, but it's not really necessary. His opponent is pretty crippled. He has 17 villagers. Half of them are turned idle. I'm not sure where they're idle at. Right there. Cyan has this bit of gold there. more or less inside its walls. This area is still a little exposed. These crossbowmen have received a fire, and they will be picked off by that talented print rate. Doing a knock at the Berkshire castle being pulled out here. Now got Imperial Age for pink. All these villagers being sent back to this gold mine there, and what just happened? I think signed back out of the game. That hadn't been ended by a sync error, I believe. By the way, this is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. That was not a good replay. I should probably stick to the AoE for the replays because there's going to be some better quality ones here. Or at least I can find a more accurate representation of finding good replays. Here we go. Oh, 34 minutes. Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn on the bottom side as the green English reversal. Spawn on top left side as the magenta Holy Roman Empire. We have Dio Favante Penarius. However you pronounce that. Going fast on forward, it wouldn't surprise me if both players tend to go a bit more heavy into wood to get out some fishing ships. You also have immediate dock down here. Scout moving around here. First dock has been pulled out over here, as well as down here. That was a house to keep that fishing ship not lonely. There's apparently a dead palm tree in the water. Can those collect those palm trees in the water? I have no idea. Prelate is moving around, trying to inspire these villagers the best he can. And over here we do have this scout. Has a good number of sheeple following him. Good number of fishing boats here. 6 versus 6. And green is not going for the Abbey of Kings. And over here we got the a Mindwork Palace. He's going for that. The other one provides a good economic bonus, but this one does provide some unique technologies. Always gets research faster and cheaper. And contains technology unique to this landmark. I'm not sure what is unique about it. Of course, there's the marching drills, giving increased move speed for infantry units. Riveted chainmail, increasing +2 melee armor for spearmen and horsemen. Making your trash units a little bit more effective. Speaking of which, got the king advancing forward. And Seal Barding grants knights +2 armor. King's moving around, trying to get some good damage on in. And we got this horseman here. A couple man-at-arms, early man-at-arms being pulled out, try to contest this region. King does get a good charge shot there. Doesn't get the kill there on that villager. The king can always back to the king of Abbey of Kings, so I'm gonna get healed up as well. We gotta have a handful of man-at-arms here. And we do got the Hardened Spearman upgrade for Magenta now. We got a pair of horsemen here. They're getting healed up by the king. And the scout is in pursuit of this force. The scout should not get any bonus damage versus that king. Men-at-arms are more or less a heavier unit. Probably thinking he's trying to go intercept longbowmen, some more resilient gauge longbowmen, but that is not the case in this case. Horsemen do get some damage there as they got these forces sort of dancing around. Horseman does receive a bit of damage there. These horsemen are trying to advance forward once again, and the scout trying to find a hit there onto this villager. Does get hit there on that villager, take him out. And this force is backing on off now. The king himself is quite wounded. He's fallen back. Only the Abbey Kings can heal him up at the moment. Got a couple more horsemen being pulled on out now. And as well as more men at arms. Scout being pursued by the horsemen. Does not receive any damage there. We got a handful of ships down here as well. Magenta has gone for a lot of ships in this region. We got also a line of walls here to protect green shipping industry. Interesting. And we also got a couple of fishing boats over here now. Magenta has gotten more fishing ships at the moment. It looks like Magenta has more villagers by a small margin, however. Does find that lone villager there. Does quickly take her out. Got the spearmen still in pursuit. Nala's force is quite wounded now. We got a wave of longbowmen and a horseman pushing way forward. We got Regenig's cathedral being pulled on out now. And this scout does see a bit of hit there. Longbowman does get a good volley there on the horseman. Longbowman does get some good damage there onto these early men at arms. They're falling back now. Green does have a nice sizable army here. Both sides have still a lot of fishing ships on the field, but Magenta does have a bit more. We do also got a galley here being set to patrol move to keep the area secure. We got a mining camp being employed on out by Purple to claim that gold, and now he would immediately receive some fire there from these horsemen. The longbowmen are coming over here to respond as well. It does see some town center fire. Spearmen do push on forward, trying to get some good damage onto these guys. Green's now going for the White Tower. The White Tower is usually a less common landmark for the Castle Age, usually the Palace Kings. To be fair, neither really landmark for English for Castle Age seems all that great. You got a good defensive structure, or you got a second town center. These forces are going to try to hit these forces now. There's a couple prelates in the region. And the gold does get denied there. Archer ship does find a volley there onto the horsemen. And these longbowmen will be overrun by the man at arms. Horseman the king does get some good damage there onto these villagers. Longbowmen are being cleaned on up. Good kill there on that villager. Magenta is now 51. Green's at 54. And the king does go down now. Bit of regicide, and Green Bay need to fall back. These knights are a bit too durable for them to fight against at the moment. Over here, we do now have a dock here, trying to deploy out a Springald ship. And some of these villagers are being taken on out. These guys are falling back. We're seeing a bit of fire from these knights. And these fishing ships trying to repair up that galley now. This galley does receive healing from back at home, and there's an arrow ship that's coming out to support him. Magenta's advancing forward, trying to hit these forces. There's no additional king on the build queue just yet. These man arms push way forward, trying to get a good engagement on there to these villagers as they're trying to put some stone. Got these horsemen now getting forward. Got the knights deployed out to face the knights. Both looks like Magenta does have +1 pierce armor on his knights as well. These villagers are went on down. Green did lose a large number of villagers there. And green ships has been cleaned on up. There's a couple fire ships there. And now these man-arms are charging forward. Knight is starting to engage. More knights being poured on out here now. And Green's villagers do get escaped from town center. Magento's man-arms do get cleaned on up. Green now has a sizable force of knights. There's a couple of knights pushing forward as well. Now going for the steel barding grants knights +2/+2 armor, which is the upgrade right there. We got a handful of crossbowmen being pulled up by green as well. These knights are charging forward, trying to deal with these villagers. It does get inside the town center right there. These knights are closing in onto the Magenta's knights. The current village count is 57-57, very, very similar. Over here do have these hulks now engaging the Hulk. And the archer ship does go down now. These knights do get cleaned on up. Up north we've got this knight pushing forward, trying to get some damage in. And looks like these prelates are getting some good healing in onto that villager that's receiving some hits. Does see that villager. Fire ship now advancing forward. This Hulk has received a bit of fire and now receive explosion. Green does have a good number of fishing ships in both of these regions now. Magenta has lost a number of fishing ships here. Green's now pushing way forward with a king, couple horsemen, knights, and crossbowmen. Oh. Looks like that monk was killed off by the Magenta Knights. Green's Knights falling back away from Magenta's Knights. Fire ship is advancing forward. Does have one arrow ship to engage it. Does get some good damage on 2 of those ships. But most of these fishing ships will go down. He just may abandon the region. Green's Knights are getting some good hits there onto Magenta's Knights. You have a big wave of Magenta Knights pushing way forward, and they will overrun the crossbowmen. Magenta Knights not being pursued. These forces all being cleaned on up. These knights are being pursued. One of the knights soon go down. Magenta's Knights and Purple Knights are engaging melee. And Green will be falling back as less knights. A couple of those are horsemen, not knights. And they're falling back now away from Purple's knights. Green's now pushing forward for some more crossbowmen. And its gold vein will be cleaned on up shortly. This force is getting some much needed healing from that king, but there's just too many knights for him to deal with. Wolf does get some bites there. And this dock hasn't been upgraded with the defensive weapon. Most of these ground forces will clean up the dock, no problem. Over here, this nice stream on board, trying to get some good kills there. There are some defensive arrow galleys. The knight will be cleaned on up. The knight, wait, was that a torch? Is throwing torches against the wolf? Wolf, classified as bitey infantry. Wolves are dangerous animals that attack nearly any unit that strays too close. Scouts and navy units are ignored unless provoked. They provide no food to gather, only death. You do have these couple of these prelates going down. Some Magenta's villagers do go down. Magenta has 60, his opponent has 72, so Green's maintaining a good villager count at the moment. And it's keeping his opponent corralled in the space as well. Green also deployed a good round of defensive walls. Magenta's cavalry is having a bit of trouble trying to find an opening, for there technically is none. They'll have to create one. And his force is now falling back now. This force is going backing on off. There is this white tower here, which will provide some good defensive arrows. And now there's a decisive reinforcement here. King's not going to make his way back to the Abbey to get him healed up. And a large number of towers being put up by Magenta now. Curious. Use a group of units to hunt the boar. They are dangerous animals that can kill a lone villager or scout if provoked, but provide a significant amount of food. Some soldiers are not able to gather food from boars. I love how that description, rather than description of the unit, description how to take it on. This horseman does go down. This knight is now going to run around, receive, and will be chased a little bit. You have a single arrow ship in this region. But these knights will go ahead and brave the arrow fire and will start torching down this dock now. Magenta has now reached the Imperial Age. Green has not. He's not started just yet. And this fire ship does get a decent explosion there on those knights, doing some significant amount of damage across them. They may just need to fall back into the prelate to get some much needed healing. And since that dock has gone down, all the fishing ships' food collection has been denied. There's now basic forward of all of these knights as well as crossbowmen. Knights are starting to engage the knights, but the crossbowmen will provide some good fire support for Green. Villagers getting some hits there. Crossbows made their way on in, getting some good hits there on these villagers. To get inside of this Palace of Swabia, the Palace of Swabia is a good backup to start losing villagers because it does reduce them 200% faster at 66% less cost. So they're 17 food each, so they're very, very cheap right there. The Palace is now receiving a bit of fire. Magenda's trying to go for these crossbowmen, does find himself with a crossbowman in the night. The Palace has received quite a bit of fire as well. His force is still quite wounded from that fire ship. Now we do got some cannon placements in here. Palace's home has gone down. That's going to start to hit the other infrastructure. Magenta still has plenty of space there to pull out some more military units. And these cannons are getting some great hits there. He uses emergency repairs at the moment. He can cast it, but he's not paying attention. There we go. Got the emergency repairs being activated now. If the emergency repair is active, he will not get the kill on that palace anytime soon. Gold miners may receive some more hits there, backing on off now. Magenta Knight's going to take the opportunity to engage. He is, of course, the Imperial Age compared to his opponent. Green is going for the Berkshire Castle. And Green's army there will be cleaned on up. Berkshire Castle is being placed down here to help secure the center of the map. There's an unclaimed gold here. Green's even claiming some of his opponent's fish. And it's going to take time to heal up all these knights with some prelates. The knights are currently at 10, 11 armor. That is a lot of armor. Is there any crossbowmen to give a comparison to that? Crossbowmen do plus 9% heavy, so they're only doing about 11 damage versus the heavy armor of those knights, which is not a lot. As opposed to, say, an English, oh, that's an English king. The English knight has 6 pierce armor, plus 1 from technology, so make Jitsuma 7. And so that additional armor does pay quite a bit of dividends. Berkshire Castle is going to be garrisoned really soon. Good arrow hits there from the Berkshire Castle. The Berkshire Castle, of course, has absurd 15-tower range. Outpost now trying to be upgraded, a fortified outpost. May not want to do that because it is still in range, of course. Outpost will go down, give enough time. He's now going for another layer of walls. Now we do have a bombard here. Bombard's advancing forward, trying to get some good damage. Does get some good damage from the outpost. Outpost is now down, but the castle network is still applied by the Berkshire Castle. Trying to hit the bombard. The bombard does have a range of 10. And now we've got a cannon placed as well. And sorry about that, I clicked on my mini map. The cannon has a range of 15 as well, so it's able to outrange a lot of stuff. The bombard simply cannot outrange it. These are much needed repairs there. Do not have trebuchet to pull it on the field. Kind of with trebuchet. It does have 16 tower range there, and looks like the breed is out of wood. Multiple trebuchets being pulled out, bombarding down the Berkshire Castle. More cannon placed there. He's trying to pair it up with a single villager there, but we've got multiple trebuchets in the region, gains some great damage there on the Berkshire Castle. Berkshire Castle has a remote. He is once again out of wood. He does garrison a whole bunch of crossbowmen. Does the arrows receive any additional range? They all had the 15 arrow range as well, so it's a pretty good placement there to fire off a whole bunch of arrows. You have the king here as well. Berkshire Castle's not going down just yet. Another trebuchet being pulled in now. Range is going to have a constant strain on his income with the wood right there, but now he's loading wood, trying to go for a bombard cannon to be pulled on out. Got multiple trebuchets hitting this Berkshire Castle now, and there's not enough wood for him to get it repaired up. Now set up blaze, he repaired up now. Green's finding massive large force. He does have a good number of spearmen and knights and crossbowmen. Doesn't have a lot of the elite upgrades there. Berkshire Castle seeing more and more fire. Will almost go down there. Spearmen facing forward, so is the knights. And I think Berkshire Castle will go down. Got these spearmen engaging forward. Good number of crossbowmen hitting these knights. The Berkshire Castle does go down. Knights still has a bit of health there. They could potentially overrun these crossbowmen. A couple more stables being pulled up by Magenta now. And you may hear my drink opening up. One moment. This damn cold, these damn allergies do a number on me. Couple of outposts being pulled out here. He does have 7 villagers here. He maybe want to bring up 3 more just so he can quickly clean up this gold. This gold still has a little less than 3,000 remaining. We've got now the man-at-arms upgrade. And that outpost goes quickly go down. Crossman does fire a volley there. Man-at-arms trying to hold the line. Some of these knights are going down. Good established status up there. The White Castle does have a good rate of fire. Doesn't really have high enough damage to deal with the heavy armor of the knights, but at least it can get off a lot of arrows. White Castle's now under siege. We do have this keep being pulled out by Magenta here, which will quickly take out that wolf. There's still a bit of fish here. Green's still cooking a lot of this fish. There's a good reserve of food. Berkshire Castle's not being repaired on top. We'll likely lose it relatively soon. Got more barracks deployed now. He's trying to pull out some more spearmen to help deal with these knights. There's just a large number of knights. Thanks to a lot of extra armor, they can withstand quite a bit of abuse. Got a number of prelates here, healing up those knights, very nice. A couple of man-at-arms charging forward. They receive a charge damage there. He needs more spearmen rather than man-at-arms. Spearmen, at least when they get charged, they stun the knight for a bit of time. Gate's now seeing a bit of fire there, a bit of AoE damage there. Gate's now set ablaze. More man-at-arms streaming on forward. And there is an opening there, so some of these knights do make their way forward. White Tower is still under fire. And these knights do go ahead and fall back now. Berkshire Castle has no longer been targeted there. Went for the gate, and so now the 4 ships is going to be hitting the White Castle now. Trying to now deny those burgers. Now we've got the reinforced defenses there, as well as some cannon placements, fortified outposts. Looks like these outposts being upgraded cannon. The knights are pushing, these infantry forces are advancing forward. They need some more spearmen, not men-at-arms. The knights now engaging the infantry forces. Crossman is getting some great damage there. He does spread them out, trying to avoid those Magnolia shots. Trying to stand there and take them the best he can. Good hits there onto the crossman there for the Mangonels. Man-at-arms do charge forward, trying to deal with the Mangonels. The White Castle does go down, trying to repair it up to the White Castle now. More of these knights are being focused down, but however, the crossman can be hit significantly by those Mangonels. One Mangonel does go down to the Man-at-arms. Got a couple more, a lot more Mangonels being blown up by Magenta now. The White Castle is trying to be rebuilt, and it will be destroyed as well. More is there onto these outposts. You have some spring goals being deployed now. They will get some good damage there onto these Mangonels, but will need time to set up and fire. Mangonel, one that does go down. Nice trying to do overrun one of the spring goals, taking out. Crossman gets some good damage there. The Mangonel is trying to run away. Maybe it'll get picked off by the spring gold in time.
You ready for Hestus?
And Green is collecting this gold from the sea. Very good. Berkshire Castle is seeing more and more damage. We've got the White Castle seeing more and more fire now. You now have the Elite Spearman upgrade being pointed out. We got a large wave of spearmen, crossbowmen, and man-at-arms in this region. He needs perhaps just... there's a lot of infrastructure here now. He does have 4 towns as well, so that can get the emergency repair ability to any of these nearby structures. It's not the... this one can be also repaired up as well. White Castle is seeing more and more fire. And we also now got a trebuchet pushing way forward for green. Over here, these knights are finding these villagers, trying to claim that gold. This castle has received no garrison there. Got these spearmen trying to stop these forces. Does have a number of mills in this region. They're very, very exposed, of course. Good damage there. Trebuchet is now firing against these outposts. It looks like one of them's a little bit wounded. That one doesn't see a direct hit there from opposing seeing the trebuchet. These forces are reinforced, regrouping to make their way forward once again. Got a large number of these trebuchets boarding up, trying to find a volley. Does take up that white tower once again. Green does have a superior military number, but Green does back out of the game now, unable to break this siege around his home. This is Adam Grade saying thank you for watching. On to the next replay. Damn allergies. Oh, let's go ahead and find another person. Please give me a moment. Or I could have looked at the same person as well. That was the first replay on that list, so let's see if there's anything else good here. 17 minutes. 14 minutes. 26 minutes. We could perhaps do this one here. 18. Another one. I have tempted to cast them both. There's also less common factions in this, seeing English all the time. Another good replay here. There's a lot of good replays I can perhaps get from him. Let's do this one here. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn on top right side as the Yellow Roost, we have WLS. Spawn on bottom left side as the Magenta Abbasid Dynasty, we have Dio Favante Paneras. Nice placement there of the Hunting Cabin, giving some maximum gold generation, as well as potentially right here as well. Not very maximum, but a good number either way. Down south, we do have the House of Wisdom now being employed on out. And this wolf will be spotted there as well. Let's go and get out of castle mode. Have yellow selected for the time being, so we get an idea on the bounties. Another wolf has been spotted there, very nice. More wolves has been spotted. These deer are... Okay, this set of deer have been killed off. Where is Purple's scout? It is right there, killing off the deer. Very, very good. Yellow's finding a large number of wolves. These deer have been killed off. These deer have been killed on off. And Yellow just needs a little bit more trade or bounty there to get his tier 2. Does get tier 2 now. He won't be able to get tier 3 because his opponent has cleared up his side of the map. And now we've got this militia's advancing on forward as well. There's a slow down button there. So let's switch back to caster mode now. Militia charging forward. He may just want to stall out for them, which also gives an idea that this one has gone for the Kremlin. We do have over here the, what's that, economic wing? Yep, economic wing. And we do now have an early knight deployed down the field. We do have this scout in this region as well. And this wolf has been spotted there and will be sliced up by the early knight. You know how the survival techniques being employed on out by Yellow. Just going to make use of those deer carcasses. It looks like he's going to place another town center over here, I believe.
Да, сделаю.
Or maybe not. I'm not so sure where he's going with
Идти
this.
надобно.
Oh, is he using the militia? I think he's going for the boar. They're going to see a bunch of arrows, right? Bows. Hold on out. He's going straight for the boar. You can't bring boar back to a town center and kill off like that. Militia is now engaging, and now all the villagers are stabbing that boar and going to be taking it out no problem. Not every day you actually see people actually go for boar. Of course, you can only have 8 villagers gathering on it at one time. And now going for the town center as well. There's also a lot of deer carcasses nearby, so there's a lot of carcasses in that region. I wouldn't say these berry bushes can be collected, but they're not berries, they're blue flowers. Going to fast forward for the time being.
Сделано, добро есть.
Good amount of gold now being collected up by yellow. These forces are pushing me forward. Looks like John okay, that's a mill, not a town center there. Isn't a town center there? Wouldn't be half bad. It gets access to various resources.
Слушайте все. Напрежь войны.
ما حاجته؟
Яко угодно есть.
These militia are now advancing forward. They're probably trying to harass this region. We'll just fast forward a little bit. Over here, we got these knights trying to run around, trying to get some good stabs. 2 of the lance charges can kill off a villager. And these lancers oversee quite a bit of towns on the fire there and does get forced back. These militia have advanced forward. It looks like they have killed off some of those spearmen, because it used to be 6 there, now I just see 3. And maybe they was just right there. We do now have the cultural wing being researched, and these militia will be cleaned on up. They're about, I think they actually just expired right there. Hunting cabin here, and we've got the Abbey of the Trinity as well. These hunting cabins providing some good amount of gold there, 55 gold per minute, not bad. That's basically equivalent to 1 villager, if I remember correctly. Let's see, 1 villager provides like 44 or 45 per minute, barring travel times and all that sort. So it's a little bit more, but no upgrades either. These knight and scouts moving around. There's 2 scouts there. Those do get white hats as they age up to Castle Age. Cultural Ring is now finished as well. Knight is now charging forward, trying to get a good alpha strike on these villagers. Does get forcing back in the town center, of course.
Повинуйтесь честью. Направляюсь куда велено. Сейчас. Восстаньте, воины.
Over here, we got these militia now charging forward once again, eyeing just to harass his opponent. Does get a quick kill down one of those villagers. Very, very nice. Try to go for another town center in this region. It does get inside the town center as well. And arrows are firing volleys off, getting some good hits there on these militia. And it sounds like it's getting some good damage as well. These militia will be slowly whittled down. In fact, they're probably about to expired there. I think they just expired right there. You now have the warrior monk claiming a relic. Very nice. We also have a wooden fortress here just for protection. Knight charging forward, trying to get some good damage. Does get a good strike there. And does pick off one of the villagers now. Villagers have backed off the town center. Kills off another villager there as well.
Скачу напред. Готовы будете, воины!
So we're trying to advance on forward. Do have more of these wounded villagers now being picked on off right there. Do lose a couple there, but the rest will be saved.
Конницы готовы, суд! Поведу вы!
Over here, these knights still streaming on in, getting some good damage.
Поспешаю напред!
Villager does go down there. Archer range is incomplete. And this walls have not even been started. Yell's not advancing forward, getting another raid there onto Magenta's villagers, so just keeping him in his opponent's space. Now the scout going to receive some fire there from these veteran spearmen. The veteran spearmen do take out the scout, no problem. Now these villagers trying to build up that wall now. Does some good damage there on this villager. Spearman trying to come in to respawn.
Поспешаю напред! Скачу напред!
These knights still roaming around, keeping his opponent contained in his base. Let's get some good kills there onto those villagers.
Латницы, на коней садитесь!
Knights are falling on back, trying to avoid these forces. Oh, they may go back in. Nope, they do not. There's also one scout here for spotting. A couple crossbows here as well, but they're throwing arrows onto the scout. Now this force is... the spearmen could get some good damage on those forces. None of these forces counter the spearmen. Another handicap here, trying to collect some berries.
Приготовляйтесь, идти надо поскору. Таков наказ.
ينبغي لهذا أن يظل حتى بعد مماتي. لقد انتهى الأمر.
Время
They're also
действовать.
pushing, gathering up some more forces. The military is currently 21 to 36. A lot of spearmen for Magenta, and now we do have a Mangonel on the field as well. Big wave of barracks deployed on out. Do have this secret site being captured up by these warrior monks. He has claimed 3 relics. They're all inside this Abbey of Trinity.
ماذا لديك لأفعل؟
Another relic or secret site being captured up as well. Archer range now being built over here. You have this keep here,
حسناً. ما المطلوب؟
and you have another outpost being pulled out there. Crosswoman advancing forward, they're getting some damage on these villagers. Again, Crosswoman is likely a good counter to villagers, going for another outpost a little bit farther back this time. New second size has been captured. The Roost player is getting a lot of passive gold generation, that's for sure. Both players are similar villager counts. We got 73 to 72.
Готовы.
Воини, наказы слушайте.
Выступайте доблестно, воины.
Another outpost been pulled on out. More walls. And over here, the second site I thought was captured up. I guess it was this one here. This second site will be captured on up, giving Yellow a sacred site victory countdown. This force advancing forward. The Mangonel can, of course, can get quickly overrun by these knights, but could potentially get some good volleys onto those crossbowmen.
ماذا لديك لأفعل؟
مفهوم. Копейщик готов есть.
Second site has been captured on up.
على استعداد لوقت العمل. وقت العمل.
بذلت مجهودا جيدا.
You now have a keep being pulled out right there, which help keep this area secure. There's a good amount of walls here, but the secret site is very open and vulnerable.
يظل حتى بعد مماتي.
بذلت مجهودا جيدا.
وقت العمل.
So just pushing way forward, trying to get some good line of walls being pulled out. Got a full line of stone walls over here. got another crossbowman here to help engage those knights.
Приготовляйтесь, наказы
And Magenta's not going for a line of upgrades. This keep will be built relatively shortly.
تم البناء. يبدو جيدا لديك
And try and
لأفعل.
collect some more foray.
تم البناء يبدو جيدا.
We're seeing some good healing of those knights. Just fast forward a little bit more. Both sides just trying to macro up. Magenta may decide for a big push to hit his opponent's sacred site.
لديك لأفعل.
You have now another keep being pulled out.
جيدا.
Trying to help secure this gold area, but does cancel that keep now. And now we do have this outpost being built as well.
Куда Дайте мне
We have a
работу.
wooden fortress here, maybe eyeing for some backline spring golden placements. Second side victory still has 7 minutes remaining. And now we do have, looks like a trebuchet engaging this keep, getting some good hits there. Yellow will need to respond.
لقد انتهى الأمر. لقد انتهى
And looks like Magenta's going to try eye getting this gold vein as well. Got a good number of trebuchets here, good number of outposts here. They're fortified outposts. I'm not sure what type of weapons they're upgraded with. They are upgraded with spring golden placements, and this keep actually does go down there. And so does that wooden fortress. Second site could be decaptured. It's being decaptured by the scout. So Yellow just willingly left that area to go down. Now we do got the Age 4 Spasikai tower, a defensive landmark. Next, the keep with all weapon placements and increased health. Unlocks the building of stone walls, stone gates, and stone towers. It comes upgraded those weapon placements as well as increased health. It has 10,000 HP. That is a very beefy landmark there. Magenta's moving forward with this army. And this gold mine will be cleaned by Magenta now. Magenta's advanced forward with a sizable force here, but Yellow does have a decent force here. May want to get out some Mangonels. He does have some spring golds.
Ладно, сделано есть.
This tower can receive
Дорогу
quite a bit of
есть.
abuse, but it is going to receive a lot of abuse.
جيدا.
بناء مشيد جيدا.
Spring Golds advance forward. They do kind of good volley there. I'm not sure. I think they took out one of the trebuchets. A couple Spring Golds advance forward, so it's the Mangonel. Yellow's force does hit this tower quite a bit. That is a wrong target to hit. Cannon placement does get a good shot there. Spearmen and crossmen advancing forward, trying to deal with these spearmen. Overall, these crossbows on both sides not going to get a whole lot of work done. Yellow's nice now charging forward, trying to deal with these crossbowmen. They can be ripped apart. Castles are seeing more and more fire now. These knights need to start hitting these crossbowmen. Right now, they're just getting ripped apart by this crossbowman. Does take out one of those trebuchets there. Yellow's ground army is advancing forward as well. He get some good damage there. These horsemen, regular horsemen, do a little bit better than those knights. Still got some Mangonels here, as well as some Spring Golds. Yellow's counterattack. He's trying to drive these forces out of here. There's a bit of stone here being collected, as well now as a keep. Yellow's forces being whittled down, trying to bring back the Spring Golds back at home, trying to avoid losing them. And the Spearmen and Fog will get ripped apart, might as well just let them stay in the fight. More reinforcements being brought in, including some Chelsea. And now we got the military ring being researched by Magenta now. He's finally going to get his Age 4. Got a sizable army here. The second side has been decaptured. The other two are still captured by Yellow. And now these fortified palisade gates will go down.
هذا أن يظل حتى بعد ممات.
Good, it's there on that fortified palisade gate.
Новые наказы, Сус.
Yo, still needs a bit more force. Mangonels will still do a significant amount of damage to him.
أفعل ذلك.
Though this outpost will go on down. This will start advance forward, someone's getting distracted there. We got the Streltsy now firing away. Of course, put big holes in everything. And they should be receiving their rate of fire bonus soon. Springballs do huge exchange there. Yellow has one Springball remaining. Looks like Magenta doesn't have any. Streltsy's now starting to get their rate of attack increase there, and they do move out of the way because their position is about ready to get overran. We may need some more regular archers at this point in time, or Mangonels. This tower has not been repaired up just yet. Could have assigned a couple villagers there to get it repaired on up. Gold's almost depleted right there. And that's his last gold mine in this region, isn't it? He does have some good passive generation.
إنه عمل جيد. بناء رائع.
Magenta's now going for a massive line of research. Yellow could break out and grab some of this other gold. They're just playing out a line of walls there. Interesting location. Not like there's much left in this region other than some wood. You can play out some hunting cabins there to get some little bit extra gold generation because he will need it. Small group of horsemen pushing forward, maybe trying to eye to raid his opponent's villager line.
Готов есть к наказам и славе. Коней. Приказ есть выдвигать.
Everybody's trebuchets pushing forward. Do have a Culverin deployed on the field. And his Excite's now being captured on up.
Тихо. Приказ.
Внемлите. Слушайте наказы.
Yeah, there's a good number of spearmen here, but and one has a lot of archers. No side has anything to really counter spearmen. These elite camera riders do get picked off immediately, so any horseman can push way forward. Spring goes advancing forward, gets some good damage there. Looks like the Culverin received a bit of fire. Yellow's force here is being overran. He's a fall back, gets reinforcements there. He is going to save Streltsy. Picks off some of these camels. Good, it's there. Over here, the horsemen have broken through. We've got some elite horsemen now in the back line. A lot of spearmen in this region. He could potentially pick off some of these spearmen, but he's going straight for his opponent's refinery line, or villager line. Got some battery rounds here. Battery rounds is exactly what he needs. Streltsy and spearmen advancing forward, trying to get some good damage onto his opponent's spearmen. Get some good damage there. Batteries are charging forward, and they're going to get annihilated, thanks to especially these Culverins nearby. We do now have these trebuchets poking some more holes in these walls. We've got a couple of outposts being put on here. Spearman is charging forward and deal with these cannons. It looks like some of these trebuchets are sort of going down. He does lose a springbolt there, but he does take out a trebuchet. Culverins do pick off those springbolts. More batteries being poured out. And we got these Streltsy now advancing forward. If he can stand still for an extra bit of time, he's able to get some good rate of fire increase, but he does need to start gunning down his opponent. Adaram is still pushing way forward. Got more spearmen making their advance. Some of these Streltsy starting to go on down. This force is making a bit of a soft retreat. More of these batteries charging way forward. And this force is starting making way forward. Able to gun down some of these villagers as well. This outpost is currently unupgraded. Batteries are charging forward. There's not a lot of melee here to hit that outpost. Or keep, or battery, I should say. More of these cameras advance forward, but good wave of spearmen supporting the Streltsy. And these horsemen are still in this region. He's diverting some spearmen to deal with them, which does allow Yellow to get more stuff on the front line, but still got the seismic force here. Managed to clean up a number of these outposts now. Got some spearmen or horsemen being pulled out by Yellow. Horsemen do charging forward. We got a good wave of forces here trying to overwhelm Vegeta's force. That's good on the crossmen here, but the problem is these crossmen are not hitting anything they want to shoot at. And Cannoneers, however, being blown out, gets good damage there. Keep is about ready to be set ablaze by these battery rams. These horsemen are charging forward, trying to overrun the Culverin. Culverin does go down right there, very nice. More Streltsy, more horsemen, more spearmen being pushed on forward. Still got, of course, a couple more keeps over here. But if he's able to get those battery rams over there, should make a short work of them. Because right now he's unable to defend this keep. He would most likely be able to defend this keep. But we've still got actually now sizable reinforcements here of Magenta. Both sides have similar army size 40 to 49. Keep not seems to fire there. More spearmen being charged on forward. More horsemen and Streltsy. A couple of these veterans have gone down, got the village charging forward, trying to deal with these battery rams there. Good volley of approaches there, does take out those battery rams quite quickly. You got a large wave of battery rams here, as well as some various other forces. Military count still similar, but says Magenta has a quality advantage. Like I mentioned, there's a large number of battery rams here. Yellow's claiming this gold over here, so has 2 of the sacred sites as well. Purple has claimed 1 of the sacred sites. Batteries start making way forward. This keep has not been repaired off. If the batteries receive a bit too much fire, that allows Yellow's force to advance forward as well. But is there on those battery rams with Mangonels? Mangonels need to start hitting other things. Horsemen charging forward. Looks like the Roost players are pop cap. Both players are pop cap. Streltsy do receive some deadly hits there from Mangonels. Horsemen have broken through. The keep has gone down. We've got the Spearman Sword just charging forward trying to hit those Mangonels. Battery rams pushing way forward. They're destroying a lot of infrastructure there. And Yellow's not falling back, trying to get some reinforcements now. Barons are not really necessary anymore for the front line. With all the keeps not destroyed, so there's some more outposts being pulled on out. It could take time to get a bit more of a quality force. Going for some force archers wouldn't hurt. Having some mounted units like that just provides some more anti-infantry at range. Veteran camo archers being built or researched. And now these horsemen are charging forward with the torches out, trying to eye for some of this infrastructure such as outposts, which will distract his opponent. If the horsemen just continue running this direction, this force will not be advancing on his opponent. These horses are being put on the front line. I think it's over-responding to these horsemen. You do need to respond to them. But Ironfire counterattack is also a possibility. Culverin schemes some shots there onto the mining camps. Batteries pushing way forward with a big wave of Spearmen and Streltsy. Horsemen do kill off all those villagers there. Magenta's down 105 villagers. Streltsy gains some great damage there. Battery rams pushing way forward, getting some good hits there. Both sides are just building a lot of reinforcements there. Horseman manages to push on forward. Does get a good flank there, but does run straight to some Spearmen. A number of the siege weapons have gone down. And all those horsemen did get cleaned on up. It's a big wave of cheap infantry here. He just needs just regular archers, in my opinion. Regular archers are cheap. Oh, Magenta does not have any gold income at the moment, does he? If the Roost player can hold on for a little bit longer, he will have the advantage. Magenta just sold up a bunch of stuff to get some gold.
يسرني ذلك.
So we're going to get some damage there. More Spear to forward. Chelsea trying to gun down some of these camels. Ooh, that was a decent hit there from Mangonel, so it did dodge some of that. Chelsea's getting some great hits there. This tower has not been repaired on up, but still be a good hard point for the play around. Yellow's also now lacking production, trying to get out some more Chelsea right now. More of these spearmen being charged in. Horsemen just trying to charge on in as well. Veterans receive a fire there. Large number of spring balls for Yellow. A bit too many, I would say, but he's trying to go for those weapons. Chelsea getting some great damage there on those spearmen. And now some of these spring balls are getting focused down. Purple, Magenta does have a large number of hand cannoneers himself now. And it looks like the spring balls do find some kills there on those siege weapons now. Now the spring balls are receiving some hits, which will draw his opponent's attention. More of the spring balls have gone down. Mangonel's advancing forward. The Mangonels are still posing a massive threat to Yellow. His force is very vulnerable to Mangonels. Good hit there on those Streltsy. More of these spearmen just charging forward, trying to get any damage they can. This player has a massive reserve of food and wood, so he can throw a lot of bodies at the opponent. Doesn't have a lot of gold at the moment. Streltsy coming forward. Does have a large number of spearmen on the build queue, as well as Streltsy. Spearmen being traded out. Streltsy just constantly firing away. Does receive good hit there by the Mangonels on the Streltsy. And he is potentially maybe to hold, but there's a large number of camel archers here. They do have extra damage versus light melee infantry. In other words, these spearmen, he's dealing with camel archers. They pose a massive threat to his spearmen line. And all those camels aren't being cleaned up. Got the spearmen advance forward, and wait. Why did Magenta back out of the game? Because of the lack of gold? Oh, these horsemen were doing some great work there. I think the horseman counterattack was a bit more effective than I realized. But either way, this is Adam Grade saying thank you for watching and on to the next replay. And actually, before I start the next replay, I do need to use the restroom. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I noticed beforehand there was a couple other good replays for that same person, so let's take a look at him, at more of those replays he had. Seen plenty of English, but there was another one here. It was like Mongols and Malians? Rus and Mongols. Is there another good one? Yep, let's just go ahead and do that Rus and Mongols one. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age of Empires 4 replay. Spot on the bottom right side as Magenta Roost, we have Dio Fontia Perneris. Spot on the bottom top left side as the Blue Mongols, we have Vashhundal. The Roost player, of course, is trying to get out as many bounties as possible. Let's actually switch over to the Roost player in not caster mode so we can take a look at how much bounty he has. Running at 120, getting some good kills in some of these wolves. Blue has claimed a lot of sheeple there, and we've got some hunting cabins here. Not taking them in center, but does allow him to get some extra gold generation there. Very nice. And now going for lumber camp as well. Magenta does find a large number of those wolves there. Just pick that one off as well. The deer here have been killed off. So here, this one's been killed. I saw the Mongol, the Khan just fire off a single arrow. It looks like all the deer may be dead. It's all a matter about these wolves. And right now, we do have 290 there. So probably won't go any higher than that. We do now the feudal age. And that was deployed out by the Mongol player. Deerstone gives him the Yam network there, giving some mobility for all of his units nearby towers. And now got, of course, the Kremlin. Over here, we got the Scout receiving a bit of fire. And it looks like the Roost player is going for a lot of stone. They're applying for another town center relatively shortly. Let's have a large number of scouts in the field, 4 scouts. So maybe we're able to spread them out everywhere to get some good vision. Town center here, the Khan just sort of patrolling around, getting some good scouts off. And we do have some Magadai being deployed on out. Very nice. Oh! Magenta's actually gone for the pickup deer upgrade. So he's picked up a volley of deers. Wave of deers? How many deer were in each no, it was like 8, right? So go for 4 means you can take your 4 scouts, pick up a set of deer, come back, pick up more deer, and near the safety of your town center. These scouts push way forward, but there's some Magadai here along with the Khan. So of course he can't deny the deer carcasses. Got the Magadai and Khan over here. This Khan's still camping this deer carcasses. Magadai has 85 health, but the scouts can only do 1 damage per stab against the Magadai. Honestly, that ability to pick up deer carcasses really should not be an upgrade. It really should just be a passive for scouts that makes scouts a bit more useful to actually build them early on. Additionally, that other upgrade for increasing damage against boar or against wildlife, should really just boar, could be applied to also to villagers. Because honestly, boar most of the time never go for boar. It is far too strong. It has 4 pierce armor. What the hell? 4 melee armor, 4 pierce armor. I would say an ideal number how to help fix dealing with the boar is if 8 villagers can kill off a boar without losing models. That should be a good number, because that way you can those 8 villagers can now collect the boar at maximum rate. That's how I would probably balance boar. Stepford out being deployed on out. He's going for a quick age 3, probably for deploying out some early step lancers. Stable also being queued up as well. Stepford out. That is the special Greer that gives more gold drop off, if I remember correctly. And now I can push this forward, set it up next to this gold, and get extra gold. Let's look at that wolf there. Got these Magadai pushing way forward. Does find a volley there. Let's see some pounds up there. Can't win the Magadai. Early Knights will go and take out time to kill off that boar. Now got another pair of Lancers pushing way forward, trying to find some of these villagers. These Lancers do see a bit of fire there. Now trying to eye some more of these villagers. As you can inside the Kremlin there, doesn't get kill off the villagers, but does keep the Roost player on defense. We got the Step Lancers, more Step Lancers deployed on now. He's using up all of his stone for those Step Lancers. Of course, we got some militia being deployed on now. Step Lancers do find a good hit there. Does take out one of those villagers. Of course, they do have quite a bit of pierced armor there as they back on off. Large wave of militia deployed on out. And we've got the column and Step Lancers falling back over here as well. Does get a quick kill there on the villagers. 2 quick kills. No response there, getting 3 kills, following more. And we've got these Lancers sort of falling on back as well. These Knights have now finally came back home. You have a wave of housing being put up by Magenta. Now we've got these Step Lancers advancing forward. You have the +1 pierce armor, making it so the Talon Center arrows only do 1 damage each. Gives good damage on those Step Lancers as they fall back. Step Lancers pushing their way in. They do have the Abbey of Trinity right there. They did find another villager there. Magenta has 61 villagers, but most of them are currently idle. These Step Lancers have received quite a bit of damage right there. He's denied the H3 right now. And these ones are falling back. Does use the speed arrow there to try to get out of there a bit better. Got these Step Lancers advancing forward. They do not get a charge attack there. They don't kill off any villagers. More Step Lancers are sort of running around. Roost player has not gone to H3. They still got these militia chasing around these forces. Magenta's now taking time to clean up those deer. These forces trying to run away from these Step Lancers, trying to go for his Knight upgrade from his early Knight upgrade, or for early Knights. Some of these scouts receive a bit of fire there. Some of these militia getting some good stabs there. Militia do extra bonus damage versus cavalry. And these Lancers will be picked on off now. Still got these 4 here, but a good number of those militia just do timed out as well. And this boar is actually being claimed there. He did kill off earlier with the Knights, and now he's cleaning up with those villagers. The deer carcasses here may have been from scouts bringing them over here to over here, actuality. Yeah, this wooden fortress going on up. He needs the extra garrison space, I guess, to keep his villagers safe. More of these Step Lancers are just charging forward. He's doing a good job keeping his opponent in base. More Step Lancers being funneled on in. And now this wooden fortress is even a bit of fire. This one has an upgrade of arrow slits. Big wave of farms going on down. He does take out that wooden fortress there as well. So he's building some blaze. So of course give him some bit of bounty. If you click on the ovo, we do not see any of the increased bounties. Getting some good damage there. It does see some town center fire there. And looks like it's going to be backing off now. These forces are following them back. trying to avoid these knights and militia. Or maybe just turn around and engage. So I think these lances won't do all too well. There's a lot of knights here, as plus the getting inspired by the Saint's armor and Saint's blade, giving +1 melee armor, +2 damage. Those that they do manage to come out ahead. These lances do go ahead and fall on back. And this shaman will take time to pick up a relic. Very nice.
Оружие готово есть. Построено крепко есть.
Good number of crossbowmen being pulled on out. Very nice. And as these lancers are going to be coming forward once again, there is the Khan here to support him. Let's get some good damage there. It does take out one of the crossbowmen. Now the lancers do find some more crossbowmen, and they do go on falling back. Doing a bit too much damage there. Gears are being collected over there. Of course, got a good number of step lancers out in the field. 20 in this region. Down here, we do have 5 crossbowmen, 11 knights, 2 warrior monks. And now we've got the sacred site being captured on up. Who's going to make another advance here? The warrior monk is in the region. He could potentially get a hit off. Go straight for the hunting cabin there. Does set it ablaze right there, and will be burned down very shortly. Magenta is going for a big line of fortified palisade walls, trying to hold back his opponent. We got now the secret site's being captured up by Blue, and this one as well. But this one could be killed off by a spring gold emplacement, apparently. Focusing on the wooden fortress there. Should be able to get a set of blaze, no problem. That set of blaze right there. Knights trying to come to spawn. It's just a large number of these step lancers in this region. Let's get some damage there. Find some of these villagers as well. Something's going down south. We do have these step lancers and knights now engaging each other. There's no warrior monk providing blessings. Crossbowman now trying to get overran. It does use the speed mobility there to help close the distance. Probably the better idea to go for the defense arrow. Because that does +2 armor, but it does +2 armor. Step lancers making their way forward, trying to get to these crossbowmen. Nice to see a bit more fire there. And all these lances are falling back. It's the same bit too much damage there. Don't want to lose too many of them. All these guys are severely wounded, so maybe falling back to a shaman would be very handy. Militia has still have 55 seconds remaining. And now it's going into the hit the militia. He will lose some of these step lancers to the militia. But he may want to take time to be next to that shaman. He could probably need time for both these shamans, honestly. We got a couple marks employed now. He's now going to go for a Silk Road trade. Make his way to his corner. He will find these villagers there. He knows about the fortresses there because William has a spring guard emplacement that hit his shaman. And that one will get cleaned up. Just one village remaining. The wooden fortress will go one down, giving a little bit extra gold. At this point in time, it may have been a good idea to go with raid bounty technologies. some more and more of these knights and crossbowmen, trying to pull the line in that region. Now this wooden fortress is even a bit more fire now. And that wooden fortress will go down, so with the hunting cabin. Or maybe not. That's been actually gold there for you. Another wooden fortress here, as well as a mining camp. Got these Knights Advance Fort. There's a handful of warrior monks to help inspire them. And now these suppressors will be cleaned up. This force here is still very, very wounded. In this battle, fight could go either way. Just get some good damage on all those Steppe Lancers. Villagers will go ahead and complete the wooden fortress. Needs to get inside the wooden fortress as well. There we go, get some arrows firing. It looks like the Magenta will hold the line, but he will lose a lot of forces. A big wave of militia being deployed on out. Blue's not going to try to withdraw his Steppe Lancers. These Steppe Lancers are falling on back now. We do not have the Sacred Site victory for Blue started. It does still have, of course, 10 minutes for Magenta to stop it, which he's going to stop it very, very shortly. And now Magenta is now going for the high armory. So he's going to build out a large wave of barracks. He's going to pull out these just to get out some spearmen to deal with his opponent's knights. Militia charging on forward. No shaman here to heal up these forces. And this war monk will kill off this shaman. This point will be secured by Blue for the time being. Fortress has been built there, but it's going to receive a lot of lancer fire now. This force does get peeled off forward. Can hopefully be peeled off right there, but perhaps the reduced mission range of the shrubbery is causing some issues for him. Now going to the wooden fortress, able to clean it up very shortly. Got a couple spearmen and crossbow in this mix as well. The crossbow is going to be very useful versus the knights. Keshiks are some hits there, or lancers. Spearmen could turn around, start getting some hits there on these knights, but it looks like Blue's just going back off the region. The second site's not in threat right now, so Blue does not have to worry about protecting it all too much. Magenta's not going for a forward keep. This gold mine is almost depleted. There's some good gold on either side of the map. He also now has some strelts in the battlefield. Let's use the rate of fire attack buttons benefit there to support his crossbow and increase rate of fire. He does have increased reload speed of nearby range units, so it should be very effective versus those crossbows because they have a long reload time. Keep has been built there. These villagers are backing on off, and Blue decides to back out of the game now. This is Anagrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. While that's loading, let's go and find another player. Wonder if this one has replays showing. Nope, it does not. Here we go. We got some replays here, but most of them are custom, so I probably won't be able to view them. So let's just head to the next one then. And hidden. Again, customs. Well, those didn't have like the unique names to them, did they? These four may be possible for me to view. 24 minutes. 14. 14. And 20. Might as well. Greetings everyone, and Great here. Another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition not Age of Empires reviews, Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn on the top right side as the Orange Holy Roman Empire, we have 3DB. Spawn on the bottom left side as the Red Mullions with GG, I Cinch. We have this scout collecting some sheep down here. And Red Sheep Scout is over here, getting a good number of sheep, both sides finding a lot of sheep. Actually, those are both red. Looks like red has gone for an early second scout. Oh, wait, no, you start off with second scout as Mullions, right? Unless I'm mistaken. We do have Orange now going for the Minework Palace, which of course does provide extra technology for him to use. Orange finding some good amount of sheep as well. And now we've got the Monster Quarry deployed on now. Monster Quarry does provide red some extra gold generation, a very effective wonder. Who doesn't just want to have extra gold generation? You can talk about collect stone instead. And now it's got the age up there. Now the scouts. They're not getting the warrior scouts just yet. He needs the. That was orange. I thought red gets warrior scouts, right? The Mullions get warrior scouts. I guess your initial scouts can't be upgraded to warrior scouts. That's my mistake. You just need to get them upgraded to warrior scouts, and they'll be very, very effective. There you go. Warrior scouts are now being researched, and those make them to very, very dirt cheap horsemen. Of course, Orange deploys out his own scout. These warrior scouts are making their way forward. Trying to stop these forces, and now I've got the warrior scout upgrade, giving up a 7 attack as opposed to the 1 attack of the scout. So the scouts, warrior scouts, do retain their anti-scout damage. So they do 17 damage to the scout as well, and the warrior scouts only receive 11 in return. In my opinion, warrior scouts just seem like a little bit overpowered. For 90 food, you get a horseman, and horsemen usually cost 120.10, so you get it for a discounted horseman. While able to sell spot, able to get extra damage for other scouts, things of that sort. These warrior scouts are pushing around, does see a bit of hits fire there from the town center. Does lose one of those warrior scouts, which is a big boon. They also do have health regen still. We got a pair of spearmen deployed out by Orange now. And Boar is actually being claimed. Does kill off the Boar there, very nice. Another warrior scout does manage to go on down. Claiming Boar like that, that gives you a lot of extra food claiming Boar. Its gather rate is quite high. And there's 8 villagers gathering it up now. I'm also not really a big fan of this map. This map is just very sparse. Deers in groups of 3, so you could potentially pull out groups of 3 scouts, get them up with the scouts, and actually deliver them back. So only a few times where that's actually probably a useful ability. Horsemen now engaging these warrior scouts. Got a handful of these spearmen advancing on forward. As well as I forgot to switch over. There we go. Now I can see the rumble comments. If there ever is any. Most of the time, just get spam stuff, and I immediately just block those people. Do now these warrior scouts do see a bit of damage there. The health regen is actually really high. That's really high. I wonder, did he get some the research there for increased health regen? Nope. We do now have some horsemen engaging these warrior scouts. These warrior scouts are in a good number. They just need to back off, get some great health regen. And now we do also have some of these hardened Donzos. Donzos, they are a anti-cavalry specialist and can occasionally throw out free spears. Spearmen's advancing forward, trying to deal with the various forces on the ground. These spearmen are advancing forward as well, trying to get some good damage on these forces. And looks like these spearmen will be cleaned on up by Orange. Red has now deployed out another pit mine here, trying to collect some more gold, has nearby housing for that as well. These horsemen are trying to deal with this villager, does take out the villager there, and now got the boar also hit as well in the mix of everything. So we're going to take time to deal with this pit mine, able to clean these up, denies that extra gold generation the Mullins get. Passive gold generation. Gold vein does go down there. You now have the Falmbia garrison be employed on out, and no H3 for Orange just yet either. These housing will be cleaned on up. This will put the Malian player on pop cap. So he does actually build some more housing now, but now he's at pop cap. He needs to pull out some more housing. Falmbia garrison unique quickly produces barracks and archer units, and 5 at a time. Unit cost is converted to gold and reduced by 10%. They just only cost gold and builds them quickly and slightly cheaper. I think the prelate back at home's gained some great health regen there. Got a small force here. Orange trying to go around, raid his opponent, try to hit some of the flanks. Do not have the War Lumber Mill trying to go for forward outpost as well. Got these forces advancing forward. Got some Sophia, a heavy melee cavalry as well. Cheaper heavy cavalry, high move speed, cheaper cost, stronger in melee combat. These orange horsemen now advancing forward, trying to get some good damage on in. Does have a good amount of defensive spearmen here. Spearmen do fire a good volley of arrows there. Does get inside the garrison. Get some arrows firing. And he's going to be backing off now. Orange's horsemen, I'm not sure. Oh, there's orange horsemen. He's trying to flank these forces. Does have a good number of Donzo here. And now trying to avoid that spear wall. Spearman facing forward. They do have the additional melee armor from his H2 landmark. Get off some of those forces there. These forces are now being pursued. Horseman does also get their additional armor as well from that same upgrade from the spearmen. These horsemen just moving around. Got some archers now put on the field. Making some good damage on these forces. And these villagers trying to band the area, trying to avoid these horsemen. Horsemen do get some damage there. Very, very little though. We've also got these spearmen pushing away, gathering on up. These horsemen just backing on off for the time being. More and more spearmen being pushed on forward over here. These horsemen are not turning around and fighting. They should be able to deal with this force here. Let's find himself a wolf as well. It looks like they're going to go back in and try to raid his opponent. These warrior scouts, of course, able to spot all this, no problem. Got a good wave of spearmen here and veteran archers as well. And he's going to just turn around and fight these horsemen as well. Orange falling back with that force now. The Maulians are still on age 3. Villager count is very similar. These forces are still being pursued by these warrior scouts. Couple archer hits there as well. There's there on these horsemen. We do have these forces pushing way forward. Doing a bit of fire. Got these guys pushing way forward over here. Could perhaps get a nice little close on this force. We have a decent force here, however. A lot of archers in this region. It looks like the spearmen do find the wolf there. There's a couple archers in this mix as well. This force could get annihilated by this force over here, but the horsemen are distracting his opponent. Horseman now pushing around. Mabel finds a good damage here. His opponent does take in the housing. While it would be relatively quick, won't be exactly all that important though. Also, the orange horseman's now engaging, trying to get some good hits there on these warrior scouts. Warrior scouts do get some good damage on in and forces them back. These horsemen could turn around and start engaging these veteran warrior scouts. Over here, we've got this big wave of archers and spearmen advancing forward. Does turn around and get some good hits there. No additional armor upgrades on these forces. We do have the poison arrows, so we do got arrows going to have some additional air damage over time. Horseman charging forward, does get some good damage there onto these villagers. Now it does see a bit of fire there, as well as some javelins. Red's now advancing forward with these forces. Does spot some of these villagers do go down. Poison arrows do give a nice little purple effect there. Damage over time is nice and all, but it won't immediately kill his opponent. These horsemen will go down. He does have a good number of archers in the region. Horsemen have been cleaned on up right there. Red's advancing forward some more and more horsemen, trying to pursue these archers. Some of the orange archers here could get picked off by Red's archers. Still just H2 versus H3. Fighting gets a big age advantage at the moment. And his force here is starting to get totally picked off there. Oh, there's orange horsemen. They went the wrong side way around these trees, and now they're going to be completely encircle these archers. Red just needs to stand there and fight this one at a time, because right now he's going to get picked off there. Red does have a handful of forces engaging each other right there. A large number of archers as well. That force has been cleaned on up. We do have this force now advancing on forward. A couple of these horsemen are charging forward as well. still no age up for the Holy Roman Empire player. In fact, he does not have the income for aging up anytime soon. Modern player's not going for some veteran sofas. And these spearmen will be cleaned on up by these various forces. Orange now starting to counterattack. That's a good force being pulled on out. Red's force will pull out more and more armies. He does overrun some of these archers that are retreating on back. Horseman, spearman advancing forward. There's a good number of archers here to support as well.
Ufgat soldater. Marschiert fort.
Alu Njoki, Sodasori, Ila Joki, Sodasi Fatignolu, Naya Maruto, Alu Itarama.
Making his way down south. Yeah, I think he's trying to raid any sort of traders his opponent may have, but currently he has none. Spearman will spot this force here. Orange has a significant army here, so maybe a good idea for Orange to try to coax him to engage. You have more of these forces pushing away forward as well. More of these archers. And right now, Orange is lacking gold in order to age up. Red is now advancing forward with this military. Orange has a massive military on the field. And right now, the population, villager population is very similar, 55 to 53. This force can easily get overwhelmed by his opponent. Looks like there's no weapon upgrades on for Red at the moment either. We got some various weapon upgrades for Orange as well. So this force may be a lower age, but does at least get some good, better quality of research. Looks like these folks are trying to charge them forward. They're going to get ripped apart. Red's trying to back on off, sort of step away with these archers. These archers will be overwhelmed. These sofas have been cleaned on up. Now these villagers are trying to back off from this region. I'm not sure what they were doing right there. More archers setting up over here, slowly whittling down these spearmen. Orange has a massive wave of archers on the field, now going for his Ragnid's Cathedral. These forces are being cleaned on up over here. These villagers are trying to claim that gold mine. And looks like Red has back on the game now. This is Adam Grade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. And it's probably going to be my last replay for tonight. This damn allergy has been causing me a lot of issues right now, and I'm just having trouble speaking at the moment. So everyone, thank you for watching. Have a good